thing I use to self-compromise is dressing the way I love. My family, they're really traditional. So whenever I wear tank tops, they're gonna be like, who are you trying to show your skin to? Shaming. Hi everyone, I'm Annie and this is my Instagram channel where we talk about self-development, bringing yourself back to the truth. Where this video, I really want to talk about embodying the feminine side. I'm fluent in both Thai and English, and I have been dealing with this dilemma of whether I should be doing my content on Thai or English. I know if you grew up bilingual or trilingual, you're having this issue as well. We have 3 different brains working all at the same time. So I'm gonna be fluent in English this video, but if I end up speaking Thai, I'm gonna translate it down below. The reason why I want to be talking about embodying the wild feminine side inside you is because personally, my own story is that I was someone who had a really wild spirit. And if you know me, I'm very free-spirited. I don't really stay in one place for a long time. I don't like being tied down. I don't really care about the rules, And this means that I used to be called a rebel, people know me as the bad kid, the rebel, but I don't think I'm a rebel. I think I'm a revolutionary person. I just bring new things into life, like Lady Gaga. She's not a rebel, right? She just have her own artistic ideas, which a lot of people didn't agree upon before. What is different about Lady Gaga is that she embodied her truth. She's wild, and she doesn't mean wild in doing drugs, partying, going on traveling trips every month. That's not wild, okay? Wild, first of all, wild means stepping into your own feminine truth. And why is this so important? Because we grow up in a world where it has been constructed by men. Men run the world, men run the politics, men run the rules, men tell us what to think, who we should be, what we should believe, what we should be learning. And this is not an anti-men and feminist movement, okay? I'm speaking about the truth, where the male masculine energy is very dominant in this world. What that looks like is this is the world where achieving success and obtaining materialistic goods, chasing after success, competing, judging, it's all been appraised, right? That's why we see so many competitions. That's why we see people who are revered as Forbes 50. Those are what we're conditioning everyone to become, right? So we think that there is only one way of success, and that is a very male energy of doing, chasing, succeeding, achieving, competing, right? But the female energy, which is Earth, if you don't know, Earth is a female energy. Female energy is all about creating, nurturing, being in your state of flow, receiving, nurturing more. I said that already. Being love and giving love and receiving love. All the woman stuff that we think is weak and vulnerable, but actually it's not. We need both energies in this world. So we have a lot of girls growing up thinking that they need to achieve this, they need to build something, leave a legacy behind, they need to be independent, they cannot depend on guys, they need to do this themselves, do that themselves. That's not what really the female energy is about. We have a lot of girls who are unbalanced, and we see this in women who don't really care about moving their body, but all they care about is work. Or we have females who would be a bit too aggressive in chasing guys, and I'm a culprit myself, right? Buying expensive things to decorate themselves so that they look successful. Females who cannot receive, if a guy pays for their meal, they're like, are you insulting me? We need to share this right now. That used to be me as well. So speaking from my own experience, I used to be a woman who had absolutely no female energy. You see me now, I'm not like this before. You can ask all my friends. I was really, really masculine. I would be yeah, let's go on an adventure, we'll ride some bikes, I don't need your help, I'm tougher than you. We have girls like this, like me, everywhere. She is someone who completely thinks that she's in her own definition of what toughness is. It's only because I had absolutely no feminine energy in my family. We're all busy doing work. We didn't have time to oh, just observing our hair. I cut my hair short because I always had to like be on the go, and I'm like, this is so much better for my personality because I just feel more good, like getting up, going to work right away. I don't need to like care about my hair. I don't need to nurture myself. I used to go days without like brushing my teeth because I thought it was inefficient. So girls who are climbing the ladder, needing to succeed, going after titles and feeling like they have to carry the responsibility of the whole family, they need to be tough and strong. Those girls basically took the condition of what was given to them. And this is no one's fault, right? It's just what we were built upon. Honestly, I was also a victim, and my ego felt really proud when I was like, oh, I'm a UN officer. That gave me a sense of like achievement, which honestly wasn't really real because I wasn't really being who I am. And this is what this whole video is about, is that girls or women have absolutely forgot what their true energy, their true power is, because we're always trying to fit into the box that the male has given us because they grew up in a conditioning world that female energy is not honored. We think that we need to be able to take care of ourselves like guys can. We think that we need to do everything like guys can to prove ourselves that we are capable of living in this world. We are worthy of being a human being. We are tough. We don't need to depend on anyone, but that's not true. Guys need to depend on girls, and girls need to depend on guys. We both have things that we cannot give to ourselves, and that's called the harmony in life. Saying all of this, it's really no one's fault that we have a lot of unbalanced feminine here who forgot her truth. Caring about what other people think is basically a survival mode, and everyone needs to survive in the society. However, finding your own truth, what your energy works well with, what actually motivates you, what is your art, what is your feminine art, your feminine creation, that takes a lot of courage to step outside the box. The box that says if you don't follow this, you're not going to be accepted, you're not going to belong, and you're not going to be successful in this world. It takes a lot of courage and truth to really be honest with yourself that this isn't for me. I don't want to be like guys. I was like that. We see a lot of women who had to distract herself from her own truth because she knows that she wouldn't be accepted if she wanted to embody and integrate that truth. For me, I was distracted with drugs, with men. I felt helpless at home because I loved arts. I love fine arts and I love painting, and painting has been a big part of my life, but it wasn't accepted in my home because it wasn't something that was gonna make money. In order to distract me from that truth, that my truth was not acceptable in the family, I had to fight. I had to get jobs that I didn't like. That pent up bad energy was released through a lot of partying, a lot of chasing. I was chasing a lot of guys because I didn't feel successful in my life. Even if I was getting so much salary, our soul knows what success means, and success doesn't mean what the constructed world says success is. Deep down, we know that, but our ego thinks that success means that. Success doesn't mean painting art. But honestly, after going through a lot of deep deconditioning, I learned that success is actually going back to your nature. Success is embodying your truth. Life is not about just finding your truth. Life is about living and being your truth. And everyone's truth is different. So when we try to take the world's box of truth into our own, we're literally dishonoring who we are. It's ridiculous. There's no one size fit all truth. Like, everyone is so different. So when we try to stay in one box of truth, deep down we know it's not us. Deep down we know it's not us, and we know we have talent somewhere else. We know we have passion somewhere else. That's why when we look at little kids and we're like, oh my god, they're so free. They're so free because they're not in that box yet. But when we grow up, we get into those boxes. Everyone's like, oh, I hate adulting up. I hate adulting up. That's not true. You just hate abandoning yourself. Deep down, you know your little girl needs it. She needs that creation. She needs that creativity. She needs that nurturing, that movement. She needs that flow. One thing that I've learned after I've healed so much from my toxic masculine energy is that I needed to find my flow. And when I look at women who are so comfortable in their skin, who's doing the things they love, all I see is that they know what their state of flow is. Honestly, the problem for Asian women is that she is so afraid and so shameful of who she is and what she needs that she would absolutely abandon herself, and that is her comfort zone, rather than embodying her truth. That is why we see so many Asian women taking photos in cafes, because that is the comfort zone. That is what is acceptable in society. Okay, so if you're Korean, Malaysian, Chinese, well, Filipino, I would say as well, Thai, definitely, Vietnamese, right? If you're listening to this, tell me one girl or one person who doesn't give a shit about taking photos to impress anyone. Absolutely so few, right? So that is the birth of plastic surgery culture in Korean. And if you look at Korean, the suicide rates of teenagers slash students is so damn high. That's because they don't get to embody their truth. They don't get to go to school where the teacher says, look, you need to find who you are, not what the society wants you to be. You don't need to compete. It is one of the highest capitalism country in Asia. So many girls are ashamed to be in a relationship because they are scared of getting pregnant, because we don't talk about sex life freely like the West world. So many girls are put this expectations with Asian toxic beauty, like you have to be white, you have to have long beauty silky hairs, you need to have big eyes, you have to have dainty pointy nose, and you need to look like Jennie from Blackpink. That's how you don't become shameful. That's literally the message of the world, okay? But that's not the message of the soul. Soul doesn't care what you look like, and honestly, your external appearance is the reflection of your inner beauty. If you are true to who you are, if you know what you love, if you're doing your creation in your state of flow, you're gonna look beautiful no matter what. That is what we need more in the feminine world in Southeast Asia. We need more girls stepping into their power, into their truth, embodying it, integrating and living it, and sharing that truth with other people instead of fitting themselves into boxes to be accepted in society's standards. Because we don't need any more people in survival mode. We need more people who are aligned with who they are. And that is the new Asian beauty standard. Someone who is real. I guess I didn't end up speaking any Thai after all. This is my message for you today. If you are a girl and you know you're straying away from your truth, or you're struggling to find your truth, ask yourself, what are the beliefs that you're holding on to that didn't start from you? And then the second question is, what is your true creation? For me, it's definitely just painting. And I'm not trying to make money out of painting, right? But painting connects me back to my own energy, my own power. So what is it for you? And if you're a guy friends, you know your girlfriends are struggling this, send this to them. Every man, there is a female energy. It doesn't mean you only have masculine energy. Everyone has both, but which one is dominant? Men who are not in a state of flow is actually really scary. Even Hitler, he painted. That is his feminine energy, but he's really unbalanced. If you got value or resonate with my message, please let me know. Leave me a like, and any kind of feedback would really help. That's all I have for you guys today, and I'll see you in the next video.